Alright, recording session 4/19/2017, slowly approaching the 420 magic day to end all days. Um, yeah, so still just not following the process. I have this process and I'll check like 6 things, but I won't check the 7th one. Or I'll check like all of them but one, but of course that one time it's the most important thing I should have been checking for that particular stock. So it's like seeing what I want to see, a bit of confirmation bias, I suppose you can call it that. So yeah, until I check like every single thing, huge gap, yes or no, it's going up, down without me, gap up, go up, gap down, go down, buying under resistance, selling above support, opening spike too far, too fast, finished a wide range bar ATR. What's my setup? That's just the not no trade list, the avoid list, and then if I have to go set up, trigger, entry, time of day, and what's my size, and usually Cove H is in there just to make sure we're not inside the prior day's range. So those 6 parts are for actually putting on a trade, but like the other thing is have like 7 avoid things, right? So easily could have avoided today. We'll get into why I'm just ashamed. So anyway, I won't sit here and just ramble on like I usually do. So SPY, long-term uptrend, S&P 500 ETF, still near 52-week highs. Recent uptrend still intact, upward sloping 50 period, 200 period moving averages. Intermediately, we had a gap up in all-time highs, a swing back through the Keltner channel to the other side of the channel, and since then have been in a sideways range for now, 20 bars, so 20 trading days, so virtually a month's worth of trading. I'm just in the sideways range, so trying to decide if we want to break out of 437.39 or 237.39 or 231.61. So just trying to pick a direction. I mean, you could kind of tighten the channel up right in there. Those are just kind of some outlier gap days. So yeah, just waiting for SPY to pick a direction. Top pre-market movers, SNGX. This is a penny stock biotech. Looks like it's kind of basing on the daily here, so let's go to the 1-year chart. Big picture is it's coming off a long-term downtrend, maybe 4-month, 5-month base. So, penny stock, biotech, hot sector, gapping up off a 5-month base, looking good so far. What's the pre-market look like? It was uptrending in pre-market, so higher, low. Higher, high. And then all this crazy shit was happening, so I'm sure this is just trying to trigger stops or from the prior day's close, just whatever the hell it was, but I didn't want any part of all this. I've seen like one of these bars. I see like 5 or 6 of these bars. It was kind of nuts. So who knows what was going on there. So maybe if this wasn't happening, could have said, prior resistance becomes support, maybe, like, I don't know, but also a little bit of gap up, go up, not the best trade. So avoided that. The other one was IBM, which IBM from prior day's close was a 5% gap, so not a monster gap, but still a large gap in a big name stock. So didn't want trading huge gaps, not my thing. Talking about what I did trade today was Imzor. So Imzor's healthcare sector, medical devices at 52-week highs. Intermediately, upward sloping 50 period, 2 period moving averages. Intermediately, we had 4 days overlapping after this high volume day, right at the all-time high. So, that's a sick setup. A lot of narrowing days. So the trigger was to take out the high of this 31.73. It's coming into the 1-minute chart. Oh my God, what's that? Is that too far, too fast? I mean, it's not on the open, saying it happened like at 9:56. But still call that an opening spike. Still call that too far, too fast. Also, this bar withstanding has been pretty, the widest range bar on the chart, I believe. which had an ATR, which was $4 in this range, maybe $4.50 in this range. And usually the other bars do like $2, two, almost $3 there. Yeah, here we got about 2.5. So this bar already at this point went from here to here. Was $2. So what's my profit potential? Not much. So looking at two things on my avoid list: too far, too fast. 1, 2, not enough meat on the bone. Right, wide range bar finished. Would have kept me out. I ended up buying right here. And so then I, saw this like rejection bar, and I was like, okay, oh fuck. I realized what I had done. I got out. I was like, okay, whatever. I fucked up. Went to Evernote, journaled in about, I literally said, talking about my my like 5 tokens to trade per week. I was like so mad at myself. I didn't check, that the wide range ATR days were done. Also, too far, too fast. And then, I just blew my tokens for no. So I typed that in. And then, I typed that, and fucking, how many bars is that later? 23 minutes later, I'm back in this trade again, talking about some prior resistance become support bullshit. And I just wrote down less than 20 minutes ago all the other stuff. Like we just said, too far, too fast, wide range bar finish. Like, it's beyond me. Like, I feel like an imbecile. Like, I feel like why can't I just follow a fucking list of things that I know, like, in the long run will benefit me? I feel like a moron. Anyway. And it's not like there weren't good stocks to be traded today. CBLI. Biotech coming off a long-term base, in play recently due to volume. So, are we in the prior days range? Yes, but there's kind of like a resistance level here. Maybe even just call like this a resistance level. Kind of like, kind of touch it. Let's touch it. Right, so, at this point we don't go up a million points right off the open. It's going to go sideways. It's after 10 o'clock. Maybe higher high, higher low, higher high, so potential higher low. So getting above that resistance level. So basically any of these pops, like in the day, could have been trading on. I didn't do that. That would be far too simple and easy to trade an in-play stock that's trending intraday. That would be too difficult for me. Netflix also in play due to earnings. So, it is, in a long-term uptrend, but big choppy range immediately. But kind of was like, what was that level? Sorry, let me try to figure out where that level. So it was like this. Sorry, just remind you. So this is like the range, kind of I don't know where that level's from. Maybe just like the swing low. Right, so it's kind of like mark that like swing low. And maybe just like that low, this is really yesterday's low. Like this kind of flash through isn't really yesterday's low. So just kind of calling that yesterday's low. So open flat, go up, and then come back down. So making lower highs into prior day's low. So, flash through here, but back up, so making lower highs. So coming back, prior support becomes resistance. Holding sideways below the level for, an hour. Could have shorted anywhere in here with a stop above here, would have been safe. Risking 50 cents to make $2, so not a bad trade there. The setup here is just an in-play stock recently due to earnings. Obviously, there's no daily chart setup on here. J-Dust. Been stalking J-Dust. Obviously, you and I have been talking about this since this fucking day. So how many bars is this? 23 bars, and then finally it's on this day, and I don't even know, and it breaks out of this level. So, do we open up, gap up? Yeah, gap up, kind of go up. But, you could call this kind of like ABCDing, start making higher lows into the opening range high. After we found support, the prior, daily chart resistance. So, maybe could have bought, in anticipation of this breakout. Was there a spot to get in here? Right? I mean, no, not really there. Once we get about right in here, though, this is kind of like, find like a little support area, and stop going down. Like maybe you throw in something here and with a little risk, and if you do that, you get a nice little chop. If you just take, measure move being buck, say like a buck, 70 cents, whatever. So, yeah, I mean, that could have been a nice trade today. Yahoo. So 52-week highs, long-term uptrend still. The intermediately is kind of, is grindy, choppy to the all-time high. Yesterday broke out to the all-time high, so everybody's looking at the all-time high, as you always say. Very actionable level. What happens intraday? We open flat, test down, and then spike all the way up, take out the all-time high, and reject. And so we, reject. Let me just mark the all-time high so we're clear. So reject, immediately reject, make a window go up, come back down, back through it, higher low, or lower high, lower high, lower high. Touch the opening range low, lower high. So, maybe could have shorted this little pop right here in anticipation of the opening range low being broken, holding sideways for like 10 minutes. You could have thrown a short here to stop above the level. Could have prior support becomes resistance right here. Any of these entries. So the daily chart setup being the oops at all-time high, and then shorting once we get to below the opening range low. So if it's 10 cents, 7 cents gets you a 6-to-1 trade. Even 10 cents is a 3-to-1 trade, but a winning trade instead of fucking around with this bullshit like you doing every day. So the thing is, I feel like I'm getting closer. I'm getting closer, but getting further away. In that it's like I just see how much pain and suffering and regret I would be saving myself if I just followed my fucking list. And I think I say this like every day, but it's like true. So it's just like all I have to do is follow this list and I stay out of a bunch of trades. So maybe I catch like one of those 4 things I showed you: CBLI, Netflix, or JDust, or Yahoo, or something. So anyway, it's tough out here because of the SPY. The market is kind of going sideways right now. Just trying to figure out where it's going, but there's stocks out there to trade, man. I didn't really see any fantastical setups yesterday. It's still high in this level in blue. Let's close way down if it's high. So I did like this level in IAC. So IAC is at 52-week highs, or just under 52-week highs. This prior area where it failed at before, so touched it once, twice. It coming a third time now with high volume coming in. So maybe open lower, flash above it. Maybe prior resistance becomes support type trade. So that's on. I'm going to set that alert just so I do not miss it. Like DUI was one of the trades we talked about that the other day. I guess maybe Coop, but like we're above that level. But like, is there really like a daily chart setup? Like we've kind of gone up like after this wide range day. Like this was the level to be playing from. So yeah. So the NTRI tried to break out yesterday, didn't do it. So, I think my process for like approaching stocks is better. My Sabre trade from yesterday. Maybe that would have been something better than that bullshit I was trading. Yeah, so my process of like reviewing has gotten better, but just following my actual process of like, my process trading trades better than I do. I mean, that's no truer words have ever been said. I don't believe so. So let me finish scrolling through here. Blue, ALF still is going this long sideways, so whenever that breaks out, that should, You know, if it does set up for a move, that would be cool. But because like something is happening, I mean, it should have kept just drifting off. Like somebody's doing something in here because the volume's still, you know. All right, wrap it up. Yeah, I think that's about all I got. But follow the process or die seems to be the message. Later, dude.